Welcome back to my channel. It's JusMeLah. Let's get into the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 17 episode 17. The episode begins with the Go Naked photo shoot. Portia, Cynthia, and Drew, they take pictures for Portia's hairline. Okay. Pinky catches everyone up about her bankruptcy. She's not filing for bankruptcy and she's opened 2 franchises. Woohoo! We're at K. Michelle's album release planning meeting. The one thing though that stood out to me a little bit was K. Michelle saying she's the only African-American woman in all of Nashville signed to a major record label. I have a lot on my back. It just gives exceptionalism to me. And this is not really a critique of her. It's just a general critique that sometimes it seems like people carry pride around being the only. I'm not saying she was being prideful. I think she was feeling the weight of that and having to perform well because she is the only one. And so it's like, yeah, that's actually a shame when there should be many. So then we get to the pumpkin patch with Shamia, Pinky, and K. Michelle. I thought Shamia looked real cute in her outfit and her little lace wig. I thought it was funny when K. Michelle was speaking to the workers at the pumpkin patch, saying that she knows an actress that's a part of their friend group and she would be a good witch. Let me give you her resume. I thought that was funny. Nice fun shade that we like to see, keeping it light, you know. It's like, that's what I enjoy about the show, is the comedy, the laughter. It's like, you need to be a comedian to be a housewife because the shade gotta be funny, you know. When the stuff is too mean and it's really not as enjoyable. I much rather see people being buddy-buddy and getting along. And that's why I think it is a shame that Shamia and Portia are not like this anymore, because when they are getting along and like in their best friend bag, it's so fun to watch. This fun little shade that K. Michelle threw, that's what I like. It's just keeping it fun and light, you know. Pinky said it this episode, was telling Shamia like, you know, we missed this like fun girl and all of this stuff. And K. Michelle said it previously, and it's like Shamia said she would love to be bubbly and fun. It's like you're talking to her about her bubbliness, but no one is outright talking to Angela, for example, for the attacks on her. At least from what they've shown in the episodes, nobody straight up was just like, so Angela, you're a liar and you need to hop off. But you're coming to Shamia and making it her burden, her responsibility to be bubbly and fun in spite of, in the face of these lies. It's just whack. It's like, yeah, you want to be bubbly and fun, so do bubbly fun things with her. Okay, Shamia said that the man was dressed like Jay-Z, and that took me out when they flashed back to his outfit because I didn't catch that initially at all. But that was hilarious because he definitely was giving Jay-Z. I also thought though that when Drew first entered the Halloween party last episode, I thought she came as the national anthem. I didn't get Beyonce. I got national anthem, and I thought she was playing on the fact that she sang the national anthem and that the girls were making fun of her. I thought she was leaning into that, similar to the way that Cynthia became the glue of the group, and so she came dressed as glue. That's what I thought was happening. So when they said she was Beyonce, I was like, really? It wasn't giving Beyonce to me. She was, and you know, I thought she was coming as the national anthem. There were just many moments throughout the episode, throughout all of the episodes, that make me laugh. When Shamia said she's tired because of the horse shit that was on her property, and Pinky and Shamia cracked up about it, and then they show K. Michelle and she's like looking like she smells something stink, like, you know, trying to laugh but can't really because she didn't really think it was that funny. That was funny to me. So now we get to Drew house shopping with her mother, and I thought she looked real cute in her outfit, her army fatigue pants with that cocoa powder brown button up and her hair color. I thought she looked real cute. I thought it was really odd that Ralph would try to get full custody versus say 50-50 custody. And I also didn't like that she was using the airtime to defend herself against Ralph's claims, especially because as a viewer, I haven't seen anything that shows me that Drew is an absentee mother. And so I felt like her giving those claims more airtime just reinforced his claim against her. She should be putting her own claims out there against him, but maybe she's not allowed to talk about him in a negative way. But again, I wouldn't talk about myself in a negative way, especially because she can't balance it out, or didn't balance it out by, you know, throwing it back at him and commenting on his parenting. The next scene is Kelly at court with Phaedra, and I thought it was funny that Phaedra at the end of the meeting was talking to Kelly about the breastplate, and Kelly was taking her serious, like, yes, all for it to end up in a joke. She's telling you need to put this bra on to go to court. For Drew's mom's birthday, I thought her mom looked super cute. Her hair color, that looks really nice on her. And I thought it was funny that Ralph said they can't have the party at the house. I don't know, I just thought that was funny. He's like, this is my time, sorry sis, you need to find someplace else to go. I don't know. And I also thought it was funny when Drew said, make your way downstairs to the basement. The basement is a good place tonight. Yeah, I thought it was comical that Drew said that that man was benched, the Jay-Z lookalike, that he was benched. I'm like, but you invited him to the party, but he's benched. I don't understand, like, but he's at the party. How is he benched? He's not benched, he's at the party. I also thought it was odd the way Drew described the house situation to the ladies, because prior to that, in the confessional, she said I asked him and he said no because it was his week. But then when she speaks to the ladies, she says, you know, because him and my mom aren't really getting along, you know, so he didn't want it at the house, understandably. Like, I don't know, I just thought it was weird that she put it off on her mom and him not getting along. It almost felt like she was defending him in a way, or that she was justifying what he did, when I felt like she didn't need to. She just needed to say he said no because it's my week. It struck me also because it made me think of this clip. I forget where I saw it. It was from their social media, but I saw it through somebody else. The clip of her and Ralph in the kitchen cooking together and them feeding each other. And it's like, yeah, I feel like she doesn't get it. Like, you're at war with this man and you're still like caping for him, and you're still being like intimate with him, but he's like coming for your neck in the court. Like, it's like, do you really understand what's going on? Like, it feels like Ralph is really geared up to go to war and is like really giving it to Drew in the courtroom, and Drew is still like for play, like, oh, I still love him. I don't understand how the love is still there if somebody is like mistreating you and doing you wrong, because to me love is about like how people treat you or how they make you feel. And if somebody's making you feel like SHIT or is treating you like SHIT, I don't understand how you still love them. I don't know, that could just be a me thing. I don't get it. Like, I thought it was hilarious, Dr. Ken and Phaedra. I was just like, what is happening? It felt like looking at your grandparents be like affectionate, like PDA. It felt very old. And I'm glad they showed it, because, you know, old people, like, you know, it is what it is. But it also aged Phaedra to me, because when she's in amongst this group, we know she's older, but the way she dresses, her hair, her makeup, she comes across younger. But seeing that interaction with Dr. Ken, I was like, oh, you're an old lady. Also, he seemed to me like not a real therapist, like life coach. That's what it gives. I'm not saying that's true, but that's what it gave to me. And I thought it was hilarious when Portia asked him so are you long time married? And he was like, why you all up in my business? I said, oh my gosh, why did he respond that way? I thought that was hilarious. Why did he respond like that? What? I thought that was so weird. Like, either you're married or you're not. I didn't understand why he was defensive about that. And then Portia asking Phaedra if she was a moist after that. I thought that was funny. And Phaedra was like licking her, had her tongue out and licking her glass and doing the most. I was like, ew. I also feel like Drew is very performative and like seeking approval. That's what came to me when she said like, oh, Black might be showing up. And when Black comes, and I don't know, she didn't seem so excited to see him. It was just like, hey, they give each other a hug, and then they release from the hug, and she's like, look, it felt like she was already looking to see how the women were receiving his arrival. Like, she looked over at Phaedra, and it was just like checking in, like, oh, okay, is she receiving this moment well? Again, just the like, why are you acting this way? I thought her song was cute for her mother for her birthday. Let me get to Shamia and her meeting with her surrogate. I thought Shamia looked really cute in that like greenish yellow outfit with the brown bottoms. I thought it was funny the way she walked up to the door to open it up for the lady. Like, it seemed like she didn't know who was there, and it looked real grandma-ish how she was walking to the door. Gerald and their older daughter look so much alike. It's like, wow, she looked just like him. And as it relates to the meeting with the surrogate, what stood out to me was how faithful the surrogate was, how positive she was. I really enjoyed that, and I'm like, that is so important. Holistically being clear about something and knowing something, and then that thing happening because you're so clear about it. And so I just thought that was phenomenal, and I love that. Good for her. And then we get to Portia and Sway. I thought it was hilarious that Sway was like, why are you leaning on the door like that? You okay? Clowning. I thought that was really funny. I also was wondering when Portia's divorce was finalized, like, does the finalization of her divorce coincide with her removal of those pictures of her and Simon? I just was like, why did you still have those pictures up? But then like, oh, did you have them up because the divorce wasn't finalized yet, and so you didn't know if you were going to get the house, and so you weren't trying to change it up so much if it wasn't yours legally? I don't know, but yeah, I just thought their whole conversation was really cute. I think Portia's banter is cute. I think Portia's like comebacks are cute. She's always like on point with her, like, you know. Sway looks better than Mike, like style wise and everything. She looks better than Mike. Like, good job, sis. You picked the right person. We get to Angela's family dinner, and I didn't think the daughter's wife was gonna look like that. I also don't understand why she's so mad about them getting married. To me, it felt like it's something else going on in the relationship, like, because from what I can remember, this girl has been around for forever, and they got married. And so it's like, yeah, your daughter's young, and I could feel it be like,
what the frick, why the heck you getting married? You like her, that's great. You love her, that's great. Like, give it some time. You married her?
Yeah, maybe I could see that. But I also feel like, what else is going on? Like, what is it about this woman? What else is like happening? What is the dynamic of their relationship that you're not supportive of it? Yeah, I don't understand. Especially because it's a lesbian relationship. Like, there's not gonna be no oopsies. So I really just don't understand. I'm like, I think there's more to this, and we're just not getting it. And so it's like, like, we just didn't need this. Also, I didn't think the girl needed to apologize for getting married to her daughter. I felt like if that's what y'all wanted to do, y'all did it. And I don't know. And then the daughter ends up saying, you're right, marriage is a lot of work. And Angela said, I don't want to be right, I want you to be happy. And I'm like, but she did something to make herself happy, and you have a problem with it. So is there more to this story? Like, okay, now we're at the K Michelle listening party. Woo, 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 woo. Her sister looks just like her. Did y'all see the editing after K Michelle's confessional where she said, "This moment, I will never forget it," and they switched to the next scene before cutting out her confessional? So it was new scene, then they pulled out the confessional, but you could see that even in the confessional she was going to say something else. It was just a bad edit, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they didn't catch that. I was like, why did Cynthia's man have that on his head? I'm like, okay, style, I guess. I thought Pinky looked really nice. I thought Phaedra's everybody gay comment was cringe. I thought Cynthia looked nice. I was like, oh, pleasantly surprised to see Drew and Shamia greet each other. I thought it was hilarious how Kelly and Pinky were cracking up over that horse situation with Drew, and Drew saying she didn't know what to do with the horse, and Pinky saying, put the horse's tail in your hair. And I was like, not Drew getting upset about the papers documenting the horse poop. That was funny. I was like, what? You did bring a horse to our house, and horses, everybody know horses doo-doo wherever they are. I'm like, why is she mad? Like, she took it like a personal attack. I don't know, I just felt like it should have been a funny moment. Like, I don't know. And then I thought it was funny when she said it's giving corny to Shamia for having the papers. I thought that was mad funny. And I thought it was funny that when Portia came through, Shamia was just like looking around. She's like so awkward, you know, like you have to pretend to not engage. You have to like not engage with this person, and like kind of, you don't even, it's just awkward, and it's funny to watch. But it also, in Portia's confessional, she's like, you know, this is the rainbow, I'm gay, or whatever she said. I'm like, so why was she so mad when Shamia said happy pride, when Shamia did whatever, I think it was the shade room, and they did like rapid fire questioning and say the first thing that comes to mind when they name a housewife, and they said Portia, and she said happy pride, and Portia took to social media or something and was like, happy pride to you too. I was just like, it came off like it was, I don't know, I'm like, but you are claiming the happy pride. Like, to me, the response made it seem like Shamia was outing her or something, but it's like, no girl, you out. Angela has her fans for people to try out. I thought it was funny that they were like, this sound like this do something else. That motor is real loud, and that it ate up Portia's hair. I was like, oh my gosh, girl. This is not a good look. Like, you know, your soft launch was real, it was a failure, but you know, it's okay. And now she knows she needs to go back to the drawing board to fix some things. Also, Angela and her, did I already say this? That Angela and her daughter look so much alike. They flashed to Pinky's husband, and I said he looked like he can't wait to go to bed. K Michelle now performs. I said she really has a country voice. Like, she sounds the yodels, and not me trying to imitate her. It really sounds like a country voice. You know, it took me a minute to like adjust to hearing her sing like that, because at first I was like, you know, but it was like, okay. By the time she got to the second song, I could hear it. I said, okay, it's making sense. I thought the lyrics were weird on the first song. I just thought it was the Jesus and whiskey. I don't know, I just thought it sounded odd. Just the lyrics don't, well, like when I hear country music, it sounds very like, very much like a story. Like, it just makes sense. It's not like R&B or rap where it's like poetic. But when I hear country music, but it just sounds like a story being told. Like, me and went down to the barn, and then we said hey, and then we came on back to our LE way, and it just feels very like in order. The lyrics just, you know, okay. Pinky did her confessional where she was praising Kay singing, but saying Drew could never. I just thought that was like unnecessary. Like, I didn't understand. Like, Drew can sing as well, and I didn't feel like there needed to be a comparison, because it's very clear to us all that they're on two different levels. When K Michelle passed the mic to all of the ladies, and Angela was like, she would like her, I thought that was funny that she did the turn up version. I was like, okay, like, you know, she's like, you're not gonna get me out here to belt, but I will make it fun. I thought that was cute, and I said, okay, Portia, Okay, with that very special. It was real robust. I was, you know, impressed. But you know, y'all, Portia can sing. She can hold a tune. She can hold a note. I was like, why is Drew acting like she don't know the lyrics to VSOP? Like, how don't you know that song? You've heard the song before. They sang it in Scotland. Like, you don't know just like a little something. I said, what's happening? Oh yeah, and then they said, what's happening? Give them my back. Like, what's going on? I thought Shamia's hair looked nice at the listening party. Again, the performative, when Drew was getting ready to expose K. Michelle, she was like, so everyone heard what she said. She didn't know black. I was just like, oh, girl, performative. But then I'm like, what made security get involved? Like, what made security enter the scene and like put hands on the ladies? Because they were holding back K. Michelle and they were pulling Drew away. And I was just like, what happened? And of course it was hilarious when Drew fell, as she was saying BITCH, and then all of the jokes that K. Michelle got off as a result of that. Like, that's exactly where she needs to be, on the mother effing ground. Get up, girl. We might trip, but we don't fall. It's just like, girl, all of the jokes were for Drew falling. That's probably gonna like carry on into next season. Is this why her and Angela are so close? Because the receipts don't be receipting with them. Like, what you mean you got the DMs nonetheless? I like that Portia came out to check up on Drew to see how she was. But also, why did she leave? Was she kicked out? Or was she that upset that she left? Or was she embarrassed so she left? I was confused why she was leaving in the first place. I mean, obviously security was separating her. I guess they told her to leave. Again, more funnies to me. Portia saying to Drew, do you think they meant to push you? So Drew's leaving, Portia's outside with her, and the ladies exit the venue to take a picture in front of the step and repeat. And I thought it was funny when Drew was at Kelly's close down business and was like, guess I gotta go to Waffle House. It was funny. I did think it was kind of whack though to be at her business. It didn't seem like Drew and Kelly had that big of a beef, but maybe they did and I just don't remember. But I was like, dang, what made you put forth that extra energy to go to her closed business? And I thought it was really funny that they said, say horse for the group picture. So that was very funny. And then I also said Cynthia is a model for real, because in that picture, period, just posed and modeled up. And I just said Shamia is very pretty. And that was the end of the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 17, episode 17 finale. And next week we get the reunion. And thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all next time.